Okay, let's take a look at some more examples. So here's an angle that we are going to end up measuring. Before I measure it with a protractor, I just want to think to myself logically, is this an acute angle, a right angle, or an obtuse angle? So looking at it, it looks to me almost like a right angle, but I'm going to grab my sticky note or my index card to check it just in case. So I'm going to line my corner up to see if it can fit in there. So I'm going to line it up on this edge. And then, so it's straight along here, but look, it doesn't stay straight along this top edge. So I know this angle actually, even though it looks like a right angle, it's a little bit bigger than a right angle, right? Because here's the edge of my paper, and this is out a little bit more. So I know this is going to be an obtuse angle. So when I'm going to think of that, what do I know? Obtuse angles are always going to be more than 90 degrees. So when I'm using my protractor, I'm going to need to make sure whatever number I come up with is more than 90 degrees to match what we need. Okay, so I'm going to grab my protractor and I'm going to take a look here. Remember, the vertex of my angle is going to go the center of my protractor, and I need to line the edge up with 0. So I'm going to put the center right there on the vertex and make sure that this line is lined up with the 0. Again, this 0 is on the outer edge of the protractor. Haven't done one using the inner edge yet. I'll do that in the next video. So let's take a look. I kind of have a glare. Let me move it down. There we go. So if this is here, 0 is where this line is. I'm going to follow all the way up and see where we land up here. Now, let's see if I can zoom in here and focus. So we have, there we go, get out of the glare, there. It is between 90 and 100, so just like a number line, each of these little lines means something, right? Like this would be 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So this is a number line, so it looks like it's pretty much exactly halfway between 90 and 100 degrees. So this angle, looking at this, looks to be 91, 92, 93, 94, 95 degrees. So according to this angle is a 95-degree angle, and that is just a little bit more than 90, so I know that that is pretty reasonable. Okay, let's try another one. Let me get it set up real quick. Okay, here is another one, and again, before we measure it, I want you thinking to yourself always, is this acute, right, or obtuse? I'm going to grab my sticky note to help me kind of realize. All right, I know my sticky note is 90 degrees is a right angle. My sticky note is larger than this angle. You see how my sticky note is bigger? So I know that this angle, it has to be an acute angle. We've been practicing that forever. So we know it's an acute angle, which means I know my number has to be less than 90 degrees. So let's grab my protractor and let's take a look at this angle. Now this one, I flipped it, right? So we are still going to line the center up with the vertex of our angle, but this time we're going to start on the right side of our protractor. I'll show you how to use that. So here I put the center dot right on the vertex of our protractor, and I still am going to line this line up with 0. So this time, look, it's on the right hand side. So the 0 is now on the inside number line of our protractor. So I'm not going to be using the outside number line because look, that's way over here at 180. And for this time, I always start at 0. I'm going to be using the inside number line and going from right to left this way. So if I use the inside number line, start at 0, and it's going to grow this way. Here's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Look, this seems to be right on the 50-degree mark. So 0 to 50. So this angle is 50 degrees. And that does check with what we thought it was going to be at the beginning, acute less than 90. So 50 is less than 90, so that does seem pretty reasonable. Now say you did this and you set it up perfectly, but you forgot to use the inside edge and you accidentally used the outside edge. And you said, oh, well, look, there's 130 right here. So I think this angle right here is 130 degrees. Now, is that reasonable? Does that make sense? 130, that's way more than 90. That would have to be an obtuse angle. And does this look like an obtuse angle to you guys? No, we know it's acute. So if you accidentally forgot and you put 130, because it looks like the number right there, 130, it lines up with, you have to think, hey, is that reasonable to what the angle actually is? No, right? That's not a reasonable answer. It's not going to be 130. It's going to be our 50 degrees because we needed to use that inside edge down here. All right, so always think, is it reasonable? Does it match what I know about angles? All right, so we're going to practice some of these. Good luck. Please let me or Mr. Johnson know if you guys have any questions.